What is up, my friends? It is me, Closet Gamer, and I'm back again for another episode of The Age of Engineering. That's right. We seem to be making a habit of being up here, actually. I've just realised. We're no longer dressed as the Tango doll. I've got myself a suit of armour sort of down there. So that's good. At least we can use our glider and we can use our boots and stuff. Because our glider's really cool. I sort of love gliding around here. So last episode, we got our nuclear reactors all fixed up. And the episode before that, we got our ore washing plant all fixed up, looking swish over here. So we've got this nice crafter tier 2. It's making us quad fuel rods, uranium ones. Yes, nice. Actually, that's run out of uranium now. I think I'll... Yes, look at all this. Nice. Are you stuck there, Mr. Zombie? You are. Right, I'm going to put this in here because I've got some things to show you guys actually. So I spent a little bit of time between episodes tidying up my power situation. So I've enhanced my capacitor bank. So now I have this, and its capacity is what? Is that 3 million? 30 million RF. 30 million RF in there. That's fantastic. And I've sorted this out as well. So this was a bit tricky to set up because these calculator machines, they only output on the red side. And they only input on the green side. So I've had to sort of do some jiggery pokery underneath down here. So stuff goes kind of out the bottom of that one and then into the bottom of these ones. And I've got some filters set up in there. I won't click it because if I click it I usually end up making it not work anymore. But what it's doing is it's being fed by that cobblestone generator that used to be here. That's all going in there. And so the dusts and the bits of stone and whatever these are, small stone and soil, is all going into these chests which are locked, which was like before. But it's making, yeah, it's doing this now. It's extracting stuff, and then it's automatically feeding into these, whichever one's right, and then it's going into the analysing chamber automatically. For some reason, it's not coming back out. Why are you not coming back out? Extract, always active. Go. It's done. Nice. So it's giving us analyze circuits, and it's just sort of automatically running through them. So this will fill up pretty soon, actually, this storage crate. So I might have to upgrade that at some point. I've upgraded all of our power, so we no longer need these guys. No longer need these connectors, because what I've done is I've upgraded to Ender IO conduits all the way through. I've got rid of my old power system. It's over here, actually. I've got it just set on extract, just because I didn't want to waste all this RF in here, and it's feeding into this capacitor bank. So to give you a bit of a schematic, or I suppose a bit of an overview of what it is, this is our main one. That's our main system, so that's our sort of our main hub. That's stocking up on RF, and then that comes in to this one here, which is like our buffer one, and it's our buffer for our empowerer. So the empowerer now is fed underground using Ender IO, the enhanced energy conduits, just so it keeps it sort of topped up. And then there's another capacitor bank that feeds all of our other machines. So all of our other machines are now running off this. So I've got our sag mills up there, I've got our soul binder and things up there, got some forestry machines up there, all running off that one line, and they're all being kept online by this one capacitor bank, which is it's being topped up by the main capacitor bank, but it's acting like a buffer. So if we run our empowerer and it rips through all our power, then our machines will still be active while it tops itself back up. But it shouldn't be too bad when we do run it. What else have I got? So I've got these compacting drawers above here now. What I've done, I've automated our empowerer a little bit. So I've got some bits and pieces in here. Let me just show you how it works. Actually, let me grab the things that I need for making like an empowered. Let me grab one of these. Let me grab one of these. So what that's doing, I've got existing item filters up on here, up on this filter underneath here, and what it does, I thought that the filter conduits, if you click like merge, I thought that if there wasn't anything in that box, it would just sort of remove the stuff, but it doesn't. What it does is it'll keep all the stuff that's in there and it'll just add the new things in there. So if I want to create like diamantine blocks, I can just put the bits in there that are required for diamantine, and that will update the list to include diamantine. And then once it's done, what it does, it goes from here and it will go into this compacting drawer, and it allows us to just get the empowered redstonia crystals or the palace crystals that we actually need. So it's gone. Look, it's gone in there. Nice. Excellent. So they automated in power. Well, semi-automated. I mean, it's not picking the stuff from the shelves itself. I still have to go and put stuff in there, but it's much better than me going that one, that one, that one. You know, it's quite boring. So that's pretty damn fly, I think. This is all covered now by Ender Eye conduits as well. That's pretty sweet. So let's have a sleep and then think about what we're going to do in this episode. Right, so the plan for today, my friends, is to get all of the bits and pieces that we need to put into our nuclear reactor. So I've looked at the list and I haven't had any sort of negative remarks about my nuclear power setup. So I'm going to go with that. It looks pretty good. I've tested it. It's quite stable. But what it means is that we need 28 overclocked heat vents. And that's a lot of motors, so I've been making lots of copper cable. So I'm going to take all of this stuff that's in here, and I think I worked out for the 56 overclocked heat vents that I actually need, I'm going to need 14 stacks of copper cable. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's not quite enough wire, but don't worry, I'm going to let this thing run. And I'm going to do a lot of the crafting for this off cam. So I've got some feedback on the crafting and stuff in the episodes. I always wonder to myself whether I should leave some crafting in or whether I should cut bits out and pieces here and there. The reason I leave it in the majority of the time is so that you guys can see me crafting stuff. Because some people like that, believe it or not. I got a message the other day saying, "Can you leave more mining in your videos, please? Because I like watching people mine." Unfortunately, I can't really do that because most people, fall asleep and switch off halfway through the video if I leave that sort of thing in there. It's the same with crafting. What I might do is put a poll up, actually. Not that type of poll. Maybe this type of poll? No, a poll that you vote on. So what I want to do is to get people to vote on maybe, or maybe not vote in, maybe just leave a comment and let me know. Do you want me to leave crafting in it? Because I don't mind cutting it out. It's a pain in the arse to edit crafting sequences together, because you've got to cut out the pauses when you're thinking. You've got to cut out the pauses when you're typing in recipes, all that sort of stuff. They are a pain in the arse. I don't mind leaving it in there because it's part of it's part of what you need to do to do a Let's Play series. Is the editing process is a big part of it. So that's fine. Let me know what you want, and I'll do whatever you want in terms of that. So I'm going to craft the majority of these components off cam because they are very laborious. Lots and lots of motors, lots and lots of plates, all that type of shit. It's very laborious. But I wanted to say actually, so I was talking to Falling Off the Grid on the Feed the Beast forums, and we went kind of off topic, and we were talking about things that scared you as a kid. It kind of was on topic actually, because I was talking last time about in my episode, I think it's episode 30, about quicksand and dying and stuff in quicksand and thinking you're going to die with quicksand when you're a kid. And it reminded me of something. I didn't mention it on the forums because I wanted to keep it to describe it on here, because it was a memory that it completely gone out of my head, and it's not until something triggers your memory that you start to remember these things. So it was a nightmare that I used to have when I was a kid. Actually, I was about 10 years old. So my dad used to work at a hospital, and he was an engineer at the hospital. So he used to be on call, and my mum used to work in an old people's home as well. So she used to work nights, and every now and then it would be my mum would be working nights, my dad would be on call, and he'd get called out at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So he'd have to wake me up in the middle of the night, and we'd have to go down to the hospital and like change the oxygen tanks and stuff. So he would have to obviously take me in there. He couldn't leave me in the car by myself. So we would go to the hospital. I'd stand in like the hallway of the hospital, downstairs in like where the engine room is and stuff like that, and he would go in and change the tanks. And I remember one time we went there, it was really dark, and there was an old lady that had kind of got out of her hospital bed and was wandering around the corridors in the hospital. And I just remember 10-year-old kid stood in the corridor. I just remember looking up. I was playing I think I was playing like Donkey Kong or something on one of those crappy little really early, like not even a Game Boy, it was like one of the really, really early ones. I was playing on that. I remember looking up and seeing this old lady sort of shambling towards me with like hair all over her face. It terrified me, absolutely terrified me. It gave me nightmares for months. And then sort of a couple of months later, for my birthday, I got one of the Ghostbusters. I think it was like Pop-Eyed Granny or something. It was this horrible granny that her body sort of opened up into a mouth, and that scared me even more because it reminded me of this old lady for some reason. Terrified the shit out of me. Absolutely terrified me. And I thought I'd mention that because that hadn't even crossed my mind until I was talking to Falling Off the Grid. So thanks for that, Falling Off the Grid. You've succeeded in re-triggering an old memory and probably given me more nightmares as an adult. And now I'm scared of old ladies in corridors. So cheers for that. So anyway, I'm going to craft the rest of this junk off cam, and I will see you back in probably about 50,000 years once I've crafted all of these bits and pieces for my nuclear reactor. Okay, my friends, we're back. We've got all our bits and pieces that we need, I think. So 1 component heat exchanger per one, so I need 2 of those. 56 overclocked heat vents, nice. 7 containment reactor housings each. And then 11 component vents each. Right, so I'm going to put 2 of these back, otherwise I'm going to end up putting something in the wrong place. And then we'll put those in there, and we'll just remember that we've got them. So my plates and stuff have been severely decimated. Got to be said. Tin item casings, they can go back in there, I think. That's cool. Right, okay, so let's get some nuclear power going. What's the weather doing? The weather's dry. Is it a good day for making nuclear reactors? I think it is. You're not going to bother us? You're kind of trapped there, aren't you? You're kind of trapped there, guys. Good. Well, I'm glad you're trapped. Now, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Right, let's take off all of our armour. Nice. Let's put those, like, down here. And then we can put them on there, can't we? And this one, and this one. And let's put those on. Sweet. Right, nice and protected. Now, what we need to do is to grab... Have we got 14 of these yet? Yes, we have. Nice. Now, right. Don't try this at home, kids. Actually, what I need is a couple of switches first. Where's my switches gone? Have I got a couple? Please say I have. No, well, I need to make some more switches. And also, actually, that reminds me, I need to make some reinforced blast doors as well. Because I need to make sure that I'm not going to get explodified. Right, just one more. Cool, right, okay. Now, what else do we need? We need a pressure plate as well. Let's make a stone pressure plate because it looks a little bit nicer. Let's grab 4 of those. Nice, right, now I think we're ready. Okay, right, we're in the nuclear reactor. We shouldn't be in the nuclear reactor. Right, let's put our doors on here. Nice. And then this one over on this one. And let's grab our pressure plates down. Got that. And then like that. So now that should work. And it should... Yeah, cool. Right, okay. And then the switches are going to go on there. Like that. Otherwise they interfere with the door. Nice. Cool. Right, okay, right. First nuclear reactor. Now I don't know much about nuclear reactors, but what I do know is when they go bang really badly. So I really don't want this to go bang. So I'm going to follow this pattern quite closely. So it's like this. It's like a set of stairs, if you're looking at it like this. Down to this point here. And what you'll start to see is that basically the fuel rods will be surrounded by these overclocked heat vents. And it's like a repeating pattern. So once you recognise that it's a repeating pattern, then you can start to you can get a bit faster at actually using these things. Right, so that one goes there, and then there's a repeating pattern here, so you'll see it's like a diamond shape. And then another repeating pattern here, like that. And then another repeating pattern here for that one. And I think that is it for that one. I used 28. No, I've not. I've missed one somewhere. Where have I missed one? There he is. That one there. That's the one that I missed. Right. That goes in like that. And then these guys, one like that, one like that. And then that one goes there. And then we can put that one there, then that one there, and that one there, that one there, and that one there, I think. I'm doing this from memory. Is it dangerous to be doing this from memory? I think it probably is a little bit dangerous to be doing this from memory. Probably is, isn't it? Right, one of those there. And then that one goes there. So that's 11 used. So that's right, I think. And then that should leave us just with the places for these plates. So one there, and that one there, and then that one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there. So that's 7 of those. So now We should have 7 spaces left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now shift click here. We should start producing once I click this switch. Are you ready? Producing 420 EU per tick. Nice. And our MFSU is slowly starting to fill up. Sweet! First nuclear reactor online. Let's keep an eye on this. How's it doing? These should be pretty stable. These shouldn't be... they shouldn't be ticking down. No, they're not. They're kind of hovering and then they're going back up again. Yeah, they're okay. They're fine. Right, let's get the same one. Same thing again in this one. I obviously won't record this again. So what I did promise I'd do actually is once I've got these set up and once I've got the rest of the bits and pieces set up, like towards the end of the episode, what I'll do is I'll come out of my world and I'll copy my world and save it. And then what I'll do is I'll put some extra fuel rods in here and let one of these guys blow up. And it's more to test out the blast-proof glass actually, to make sure that it's going to contain it. If it does ever go wrong, I want it to be fully contained. So it'd be good to test the glass anyway. And then that one there, like that, and then those guys in there. Switch that on. Nice. 420, stable. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck in here forever. No, I'm not. So that should be whizzing up now. Look at that. 1.3 million EU in there already. Oh. Yes. Right, so now what we need to do is we need to rig these up to going in there. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to concentrate on the next bits that we need for our mass fabricator and things like that. So we're going to need 3 recyclers, 2 cobble gens, and we're also going to need a scanner, pattern storage, and a replicator as well. One of which triggers age 7 as well, actually. So that's pretty good. So let's look at these guys. Right, scanner. So 2 advanced circuits, 2 electric motors, some iron plates, some advanced machine casings, some reinforced glass, which is advanced alloy with glass. That's fine. We can do all of that, I think. Illuminator, what's this? Glass, bit of tin cables, some iron item casings. Nice. Okay, we can do that. That is absolutely no problem for us whatsoever. So most of the crafting for this again off cam. Actually, I'll come back when I make the pattern storage because that triggers age 7 and gives me my trophy. And I'll see you guys in a sec. Right, so it turns out that you've got to use a bloody canning machine to mix water with CF powder that gives you construction foam, and then you need to use this bloody thing with construction foam, and you need to spray it on reinforced. No, sorry, you need to spray it on iron scaffold. Now, I think when I put these guys down, what I've got to do is I think I've got to wait a little while for them to. I've got to wait for them to harden up, and I think I can speed it up. If I was reading right, I can speed it up by clicking on it with sand. And I think it might even be right click. Is it right click with some sand? Oh yes, look, reinforced stone, nice. So there was me going to get all impatient and wonder why it's taking so bloody long. Now if I click on this with my hammer, it should just bust the whole lot. Because I think this is quite hard, this stuff, it's like obsidian. Nice. And that's gone in the bag, hasn't it? There we go, reinforced stone. Bloody lovely. Right, I think we might be there. Now I just need to grab this out of here, because I made one of these. Machine frame. Yes, there. Nice. And what else was I making? So was I making anything over here? No. Done that. Done that. What about this? Oh, obsidian, yes, I was making that. Right, okay, so this guy, pattern storage. Now I need 2 of these crystal memories, which I should have enough for. Crystal memories, nice. And then we put those in the old alloy smelter, I think, like that. No, oh, where's it gone? Come back. Don't run away. Where did it go to? Got snatched. Oh, there it is, over there. Right. Do these not stack? They don't stack. Look at all this stuff in here. This shouldn't all be in here, should it? I have to figure that out. It might be because maybe these are full. No, they're not. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at that later. Right, so this guy, I should be able to make this guy now. So can I make you my friend? I think I can. Yes. Nice. What is that? Modular storage. Interesting. And now I think that's everything I need. Nice. Nuclear age. Where is my trophy? There's my trophy. Right. Let's go and put this guy up. That's 2 ages in 2 episodes, isn't it? Didn't I just get to the to this age like on the last one? Look at that. Another block. Another spinning block. It's a pattern chest, isn't it? Yeah, it's pattern storage. Right. So this pattern storage. No, I'm not gonna go over there yet. There's getting more of these guys over here. Look, they're all getting sort of trapped in the wire. You're getting trapped in my fence. Bastard. Right, now the next thing that we're going to need is a replicator. And I've made all this stuff before, I think. I haven't made a teleporter before, but it's just advanced circuits and advanced machine frames. Frequency transmitter is just that and that, so that's not bad. That's not a problem. I've got all this stuff. MFEs, pain in the arse to make, but yeah, I can make that. And then we need to make the 3 recyclers. Recyclers pretty easy, just dirt and a compressor and some iron and stuff. Not bad. And then I need some cobblestone generators. And I think I'll probably just go for the tier 4. I don't really want to waste the emeralds on those at the moment. So they're pretty easy. That's not bad. It's just a bucket of lava. So some more off-cam crafting, and then I'll be back in a sec. Right, my friends, it's a brand new morning, and we have everything we need. We have our replicator, we have our recyclers, we have our pattern storage, we have our mass fabricator, we have our scanner, and we have our cobblestone generators. I went for the tier 5s. I thought, why the hell not? And we've got some wires and cables and stuff. Right, let's go and get this stuff all set up. It's quite an exciting time, actually. Replication. I'm not quite sure how much any of these things cost. Now, this is a tier 4 piece of kit. Now, if I want to use this power on my, say, my replicator, that's fine. If I want to use it on my recyclers, I have to put some of these transformer upgrades in them. Pattern storage doesn't mind. Mass fabricator is tier 3, so let's go and put that down here first of all. And let's say to mass fabricator, what you're going to do is have one of these, because that's going to protect you from this dangerous voltage coming out of this guy. So that's fine. Now, what we need to do is to maybe go like this. Please don't explode. Please do not explode. Getting power? I think it needs to come around the front. Yeah, the MFSU's only got 1 output port, hasn't it? Nice. Getting power now. And it's making UU matter. It's slowly making UU matter, but look at the drain it's having on it. It's draining like 100,000 sort of every few minutes. Right, so what we need to do is we need to get this augmented with scrap. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, initially anyway, once we've got some more resources. In fact, the original plan was to make 2 of these guys, but I kind of run out of resources. Did I just hear a witch? The original plan was to have maybe 5 of these recyclers, or maybe 6. I think I said at one point. But we haven't got enough stuff. I haven't got the goods to make that so. So it's going to have to be just 3 for the moment. But maybe that'll be okay. I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure whether that'll be alright or not. So let's set these up so that these are extract always active and extract always active. Actually, what we need to do is put round robin on there just so it distributes to the centre one. Yeah, so that they should be getting, once these are insert, they should start getting stuff now. Insert, 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 nice. So you should be getting some stuff, yep, cool. Right, now 3 upgrades on each one of these will bring these up to tier 4. Nice. And that means that I can just run this power straight to them now. I don't have to worry about these guys accidentally getting connected to the mains and running different sort of types of wire around here. So if I go on these actually and say you're now insert in and out, and then you're also in and out, and then you're also in and out, then any scrap that you make should go into this one, because this one is going to be insert. But actually these on the out, they're always active. Yeah, always active, nice, and always active. Great stuff. Right, okay, that one's done. So now I just need to give these guys some power, I think. This is the moment of truth, because I don't. Let's just do it. Yeah. Good. Good. Nice. Getting the juice. Getting the juice and getting the stuff. I need to get some overclockers in here. Fucking sharpish. Look how slow this is. I mean, it's not even, it's like a 1 in 8 chance of actually getting some damn scrap. I've got 6 millibuckets of EU matter already though. Look at that. Nice. Right, so that's going to go there. Actually. So I need to do the old... what do I need to do first? I need to put the scanner down first. Now the scanner is a... what are you? You're a tier 4, aren't you? Yeah, you're tier 4, so you can have power straight away. And actually, let's... Get in the power? Get in the power, good. And then the old pattern storage. So the pattern should go... Yeah, it goes from here into here. And then we can use the replicator. Which I'm not sure what the replicator is. Is the replicator a tier 1 or tier 2? It's tier 4, that's good. Right, okay. So let's dig up the floor just a little bit here. And let's run this cable underground through there like that. And that should be getting power. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So that is replication fully set up, I think. Actually, no, it's not. It's not at all. Because what we need to do is we need to pipe out our UU matter. So now I've got some pressurised conduit because the UU matter is quite precious. I don't really want to waste it by having loads like sitting in the pipe. Now I need to figure out a better way to do this. Maybe I can. Maybe if I get rid of this. Where's my spanner? This is usually when stuff blows up. Usually when I do stuff like that. No, but it didn't that time. That's good. I think everything should still be getting power. Oh, bollocks. I need to do that. Now, mass fabricator. Yeah, I can hear what you're thinking. Don't put it down now. I'm not going to. Don't worry. I'm not that silly. That is an easy thing to do, though. It's really easy to do that. You know, you break the block accidentally, and then you forget to put your upgrade in there, and all of a sudden, oh look, I lost all that UU matter as well. What a ball ache. What a pain in the arse. Never mind. That's what happens when you click stuff with a wrench in your hand, isn't it? Right, let's have this going onto here, like that. And then this one's going to be extract, always active, and then you should start getting UU matter very soon. Got any in you? Yeah, you got 2 millibuckets. Jesus Christ. Right, now, what stuff can we scan? I don't know. Should I scan a torch? How much is a torch worth? This is slow as shit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get another couple of recyclers, and I'll be back in a sec. Right, another recycler there. With the old 3, not 4. 3 of those in it. And then another one, actually I'm going to have to break this. Another one there, and then with those in. Glass fibre cable back down on there. Nice, getting power. Yep, good. And then one of these. And then one of these. Not like that. And then in, out. Always active. Piss off, zombie. Come on, I'm trying to set up a nuclear reactor here. Jesus. And in, out. Always active. Getting cobble? How are these doing? Are these now emptying up? No, I think the generators are keeping up with that. No problem. Look. I could probably stick another 2 or 3 recyclers on there actually, but I probably won't. I'll probably get some overclockers instead because that's probably better. Now is this getting scrap in it? It is getting a little bit of scrap, not much though. And this one's not on either, so that's probably not helping. Nice. See, when it does get that little bit of scrap in it, it really makes it go a lot faster. So I think what I'll do between now and the next episode is probably get another... How many can I fit in here? Another 3? Maybe another 4 recyclers actually. I think this will keep up with it, no problem. Another 4 recyclers, and then that should be that should keep that with a steady supply of scrap actually. Yeah, it is. It's not doing bad actually. How much have we got in here? What have we got? We've got 10. How much is 1 torch? Oh, it's a micro bucket. So why don't we say to this, give me a free torch, please. Nice. Our first ever UU mattered item. So that torch came from nowhere. It came from universal matter. Amazing. Amazing, isn't it? Right, so I'll let this build up, and then I'll probably craft up some more recyclers and things, and try and get this a bit more efficient. And I'll probably craft up maybe another mass fabricator at some stage as well. How are these guys doing? You doing okay? Yeah, look, they're not even a quarter empty. Amazing. So I'm gonna have to pipe some decent stuff in there at some stage. Right, okay, so almost the end of the episode. As I promised, I am going to save my world, and I'm going to replicate my world, and then we're going to come back and overload these nuclear reactors and see whether our fused quartz stands up to the job. So I'll see you guys back in a sec. Okay, we're back. I've just set the time today. Now let's have a look, and why don't we get some quad uranium fuel cells up in this? Nice. 64 of those guys. Right, okay. Now, what we'll do is we'll test this one first and see if this withstands the stuff. Right, so let's take all of these out, because otherwise it's going to explode straight in my face. Now, let's get, like, I don't know, maybe a few of these out. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Go. No, I'm trapped. I'm trapped in here. I'm trapped in here with it, but I'm invincible, aren't I? It's gone. Lagging a little bit. Now what happened? It blew up our suit. It done a little bit of damage. But I think actually the reinforced glass and the door did the trick. It did the trick for us there, didn't it? Look at that. It's protected the other nuclear reactor. It hasn't even touched the glass. What's happened is it's gone straight down there like a pillar of destruction. It's gone out a little bit around the door. I don't think the door really gave much resistance to it, but it must have given a little bit, because it's not even reached the wall. The blast hasn't even reached the wall. Let's have a look down here. It's kind of... yeah, look at this. Shit. It's kind of like ripped through the underground down here. All this stuff. Okay, is this a result of it? Did it do this? That's madness. Crazy. Right, okay. Let me out. Right, now. Now we've done that one, now we've tested that, now we know that the glass actually works, and I'm quite happy with that. In the unlikely event that it does go off, and I don't think it is, it will protect us. So let's see what would happen if we didn't have the glass at all, shall we? Let's see what happens to old Closet Gamer's base when there's no glass at all. Right, that's most of the glass cleared out of the way, so let's grab all of this stuff back from in here. Let's grab these first. Right, are we ready for this? Because this is going to be pretty epic. Well, it looks like utter devastation would result if we didn't have the reinforced glass. In fact, the only thing that has survived relatively intact was the other glass enclosure, and this chest as well, and these things. How did that happen? How did these two things both survive? Turns out they're blast proof as well. And what's this? Actually additions. So the actually additions and the tiny progressions are all both blast proof. Interesting, might just be explosion proof. And this survived as well. Look at all this stuff, it's completely wrecked. What else happened? Our house is pretty much non-existent. All of our items are everywhere. Our dragon heart, we've still got that. That's good. The generators are still okay. Though, look. Oh look, and our we've still got some power going. What about our yeah, our immersive engineering stuff is pretty wrecked. Oh, look at our beautiful water wheel, and our trees have been blasted to shit as well. Took the front of our greenhouses off. Oh, Larry's still alright. You up, bud? Did you see that? Yes. That's actually Larry's clone now. That's Larry's evil twin, because this is not the real world, is it? This is like imaginary world where... How are bees doing, actually? Oh, God. No. Oh my god, look at the temple. Holy crap. It's like a lava-infused mess. It's absolutely wrecked. Excellent. Well, look at that crater of destruction. So that's one nuclear reactor. I wouldn't want to see a draconium reactor go off. I mean, look at the you can see where it came from, and you can see how this glass has protected the entire lot, because it's just ripped like a V shape through there from where that glass was. I'm pretty impressed with the old Ender IO glass. So yes, actually, it does protect. So excellent. We'll keep that around our stuff because that's going to protect us against things like this. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We've made it to the atomic age. We need to spend a little bit of time here. We're going to spend some time setting up some molecular transformers and bits and pieces like that. So that should be pretty good. If you have enjoyed this episode, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys next time.